I sat right here a year ago, but I didn't look like this. When I started this journey, I was 530 pounds. Let me say that again, 530 pounds. I was huge. Life sucked. I couldn't walk up 3 stairs without getting out of breath. I could barely wipe my own ass. I couldn't fit in a vehicle. I had to buy the biggest vehicle I could find just to fit in it. And it sucked. It really, really did. I don't know what snapped in me to make me want to do this, but I didn't want to die. I knew I was on the losing path and I was going to die. I wanted to be here for my wife, I wanted to be here for my family, for my friends, and I just plain didn't want to die. So I tried to diet. I yo-yoed. I couldn't lose more than 30, 40 pounds before shit would happen in life. So I started looking into surgery, and I thought I wanted bypass, but when I called Pompeii and talked to him about it, the vertical sleeve is what they leaned me toward, and I'm so glad I did it. It was so awesome. I was so terrified to do it. It was honestly scary. You know what I mean? It was really, really scary. But it's a step you have to take. I thought, what, am I going to go and have the surgery in Mexico, or am I going to die? Hey, I'm going to die either way, right? So might as well give it a shot. So I went down to Mexico and had the surgery. And you know what? I'm upset that I didn't do it sooner. It was scary. The pre-op sucked. The pre-op really sucked. The liquid diet, but it was a little bit of suck for what my life is now. So it was, I'll say it was scary. If somebody says they're not scared of this pre-op, they're lying. They're just flat out lying. It was terrifying. Going to Mexico was scary. But you know what? What was going to happen was going to happen. So I went and I had the surgery. 1 year ago today was my surgery date. And now that it's a year after surgery, let me tell you a little bit about what's been going on the last year. Things have been awesome. I'm not going to say they're all roses. It's been a tough battle. It's been a really tough battle. People say, oh, you took the easy way out. You had surgery. No, this is hard as shit. I meal prep. I have to watch how much protein I eat. I have to watch how much liquid I intake every day. It's tough. I've cut sugar completely out of my diet, and I meal prep. That's what's working for me, meal prepping. I make my containers. I have these little 8-ounce containers that I put my 6 to 8 ounces of food in, depending on if it's soft or if it's hard. And that's what my meals are. And I prep my lunches, and I eat 4 times a day. I try to keep my meals under 250 to 300 calories because that's what works for me. I put my meals in these little containers, and I have 2 meals for lunch. I have a meal at 10 o'clock. I have a meal at 2 o'clock. And at 12 o'clock, I have 4 ounces of grapes and a cheese stick. I'm kind of weird and autistic like that. I eat the same thing every day. I meal prep for my other lunches. My meal prep for this week was 3 ounces of ground beef and 2 ounces of brown rice. Perfect for me. I get my protein, I get my little bit of starch. Probably need a little more fiber in there. The doctor says I need a little more fiber. With all the cheese that I eat, I probably need a little more fiber. But hey, it works for me. You got to find what works for you, and it's working. So I didn't have any hunger. I didn't feel hungry at all for the first 3 months. From surgery to 3 months, I didn't feel any hunger. From 3 months to 6 months, I felt a little something. From 6 months to now to a year, I get hungry. It's not like it was before. It's never going to be like it was before because they took the little nerve out of your stomach, the vagus nerve or vagus nerve, whatever the hell they call it. So I don't actually feel hungry like normal people feel hungry, but you're hungry. So it's hunger. It's not a ravenous hunger. And you can only eat so much now. My stomach holds 6 to 8 ounces a year after surgery. If I eat 8 ounces, I'm miserable. So 6 ounces is the sweet spot. A little over 6 ounces and I'm not going to die. So you just have to cut it out. I haven't had fast food. I don't eat fast food, period, just because I don't. My main rule is if I don't weigh it, I don't eat it. I live by that rule. I die by that rule. If I don't weigh it, I don't eat it. And it works for people. So there's going to be struggles. Like I haven't lost any weight in the last 3 months, but I'm super happy. I ride my bike every day. I still meal prep. I watch my calories. I don't care what that scale says anymore. Don't be a fucking slave to that scale. Pardon my language. But don't be a slave to that scale. It messes with my head. I had to stop weighing myself. Scale wasn't moving. I was working just as hard, but my body's changing. My pants fit better. My shirts fit better. There's nothing in my closet that doesn't fit me anymore. So take that for what it will. You're going to have battles. You're going to have struggles, but you got to push through it. Push through it. Don't stop. Right now, I am 300 pounds. So I've lost a total of 230 pounds in 1 year. Awesome year. I feel like a whole new man. This is great. But the scale hasn't moved for 3 months. It was affecting me at first. I just stopped getting on the scale. I stopped letting it affect me. I weighed myself. I'm about 300 pounds. That makes me happy. My goal was 250. I'm 50 pounds away from my goal, and I'm only a year into this. I got the rest of my friggin' life. I'm 50 years old. I got another 30 years, hopefully. So 250 is totally attainable, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and you're going to keep doing what you're doing. Find what works for you and do it. You know, if you like what you see and you want to follow this journey with me, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you for coming along with this journey. Any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll be more than happy to ask them. You guys, do what works for you and don't stop doing it. So, thanks.